And I'd firstly like to thank my colleague Deputy Robert Troy, our transport spokesperson, for tabling this motion. It shows the importance that Fianna Fáil put in this issue, that it's the first private member's motion we have post the recess. This is a major issue that can affect Dubliners, and Deputy Troy has covered some of the positive aspects, and indeed within the BusConnects plan there are some. We welcome the investment of £1.2 billion that's badly needed in a creaking public transport system. There is no doubt about that. Now, what I would say as well, I'd commend Deputy Troy, because this would have been done and dusted already were it left up to yourself and the NTA, because it was at his insistence at the Transport Committee in July that the public consultation was actually extended. So it's really important that people have their say. So a good thing that will come out of this, in the number of meetings that I've hosted, where there have been hundreds of people turned up in Dublin Fingal, because it's their bus service. They care about their bus service. So it's a good review. In itself, it's to be welcomed that we find out what people themselves want. But when you look at my area, for argument's sake, and I'll give you a few examples, Minister, of Dublin Fingal, which, by the way, in the Dáil constituency, the chairman will know this as well, is just under 300,000 people, as per the last census. A very young constituency. As well, a lot of commuters. Look at some of the changes. The 33 route, which serves Balbriggan, Rush, Lusk and Skerries, a major growth area, Minister. All the direct services into the city, gone. Donabate, Portrane, direct services into the city, gone. Direct services from Malahide, where I live myself, reduced by 25%, and some areas of that, like the Seabury area of Malahide, no direct route into town. No direct routes into town from Kinseely. Portmarnock, direct routes removed. Airport connections. I heard you earlier on mentioning the airport and the much vaunted Metro North proposal and the need to serve the airport with light rail or with a metro system. At the moment, we need to serve it with buses. What happens in North County Dublin? The current route, the 102 route, gone. So people are really concerned, because this is a quality of life issue. This is how they get to work, how they get to college, how they get to hospital, how they get to the schools. Just before I came into the debate here, I had an email from Portmarnock Community School, 900 pupils there. Pupils in secondary schools have now become very concerned about how they will get to school based on these plans. So what we want to make sure is that public consultation means that it is consulting and it is listening and it is changing BusConnects where it needs to change. Now, if you take the Port Tunnel, one of the best pieces of infrastructure built in this city and county in the last 20 years, all the routes accessing the Port Tunnel that are currently there, like the 142 route, 9 buses a day, 5 in, 4 out of the city, gone. Is there a reason for that? Are these routes being cleared to allow future privatisation of these routes? That's not stated in the report. We've never got a copy of the exact terms of reference. So I'm speaking on behalf of my constituents in Dublin Fingal when I say to you that the BusConnects report as it is now, if this were implemented in the morning, would be an unmitigated disaster on many routes. Yes, there are positives there, but we need to make changes where they are appropriate. And that's the importance of this Dáil motion, because it directs you, Minister, to give a firm commitment on your government that you will listen to the customers, that you will ensure that the people who are dependent on the bus actually don't have bus routes ripped out from under them. And the over-reliance on the Northern Rail line and the Darragh commuter line, anyone who uses that will realise that that's creaking at the seams already. So you can't just put tens of thousands of additional people onto a rail line and say that is resolved. So look, I welcome the motion put down by my party. I wholeheartedly support it, and I hope that there's a positive response to government on the feedback that we've received from thousands of people all over Dublin.